As you can see there, Jack Della Maddalena has just lost by TKO. You could call it TKO, you could call it absolute fucking domination, destruction, embarrassment, whatever you want to call it. Carlos Prates has just destroyed JDM. Now, I picked JDM. Whoa, I picked JDM. What was I thinking? I thought JDM would go out there, get in Prates' face, back him up against the cage, like he did to Randy Brown, like he did to Kevin Holland, and land a couple of combos. He did it in the first round, landed a body shot, took him down. I thought we'd continue that into the second round. However, I have now realised that Carlos Prates is not Randy Brown or Kevin Holland, and he actually hits a lot fucking harder than them too. The game plan looked to be that way, however, as soon as Prates started throwing that knee up the middle, those low kicks, started to defend those takedowns, it was over. It was over. I could tell from the start, the halfway through the second round, it's over. JDM was fucked. He had nothing for Carlos Prates on the feet. Low kicks of Prates incredible. Sat him down with low kicks to end the fight multiple times. I don't know what Mike Beltran was waiting for. What was Mike Beltran waiting for? JDM was laying there on the floor, fucking moaning. I'm not mocking JDM. He was laying there on the floor. And he's just watching like this. What are you waiting for? JDM's sitting there on the floor, nose is busted up, legs fucked. Prates is just hammering elbows down on him. And then he's just watching that. Anyway, disappointing. JDM. And I've come to the sad realization that I'm looking at this welterweight division. You've got Islam Makhachev. We already know how that's going to end up if they ever fight again. Prates, Ian Gary. Ian Gary is probably Ian Gary and Carlos Prates are pretty much the same fighter. However, Ian Gary doesn't hit as hard. I could just see Ian Gary fucking JDM up with leg kicks, rocking him bad. He's got better grappling than Prates. He's probably got better grappling than JDM. So Ian Gary probably beats him. Morales probably does the exact same as Carlos Prates. Yeah, that pretty much rules JDM out of the title picture over again because them 4 and 3 are clearly the best fighters in this division. The grappling's sus. An Usman could out grapple him. A Brady maybe, but I'd favour JDM in that one. Yeah, sad to see for Jack Della Maddalena. And yeah, he started the first round okay, pretty low output. Got the takedown at the end of the round. I thought, oh shit, that takedown was way easier than I thought it would be. Let's go and do that again. Rounds 2, 3, and 4. Tire Prates out, get him down. But Carlos Prates evolved, adapted, defended that takedown very easily as the fight went on. Only got him down in round 1. I know he did get him down again. I can't remember when. I think he got straight back up to the feet though. Yeah, no, he got him down and jumped on the back. Very eager in round 2. I remember now. Just straight on the back, fell straight off. And that was that. Carlos Prates was styling on him, taunting him, playing with him. It was embarrassing, to be honest. That animosity at the weigh-ins at the start of the fight where they were pushing it was like Makai versus Cap, how they get all in their faces and then proceed to do fucking nothing in the fight. Yeah, I'm quite disappointed, I'm a big JDM fan. I thought he would replicate that Bilal performance. Prates pushing him up, just landing the counter strikes, bobbing and weaving, bobbing and weaving. However, he did not do that. Carlos Prates just destroyed him. I know Carlos Prates isn't Bilal Muhammad or Kevin Holland or Randy Brown. Maybe the delusion of the JDM bias severely halted my pick. It's not changing next week. I'm picking Sean Strickland to beat Hamzat. But, yeah, Prates is just too good, man. The only guys that's going to beat Carlos Prates is Islam Makhachev. Maybe a Morales. Gary maybe again. You're going to have to take him down or outstrike him. And I don't think there's many guys that can do that, either of them two things. JDM just doesn't have the power nor the elite wrestling ability to beat guys like Prates. You have to be either incredibly fucking powerful or incredibly quick, and JDM isn't really either, to be honest. He's a slick striker. He's got good counterboxing. You put him in front of a Bilal, in front of a Makhachev on the feet, maybe he'd fuck him up. But the grappling defense is a bit sus against an elite grappler. He's not fast enough. He's not powerful enough to beat a guy like Prates. And sadly for JDM, I think he's cooked at the top of the division. I really like him as a fighter. I think he's a fun fighter. Always is in a scrap. However, I just want to mention it. Very durable. Didn't quit. I know he was caught up in a ball at the end of the fight, but he lasted three and a half rounds of getting beaten up by Carlos Prates. Many guys would have crumbled. Ian Gary pretty much did the same in round 5 of their fight. However, he survived to the final bell. Yeah, very good performance from Prates. JDM had a bit of success in the first round. However, after that, Prates is just styling him on at range, picking him off with a jab. Jab 2, 1-2s. The knee up the middle was very fucking dangerous. That really halted JDM from crashing in because he was scared of the knee. Leg kicks fucked him up. That made him even less mobile. But yeah, Carlos Prates, very good. I probably should have picked him, however, I thought JDM would be able to counter-strike, and he couldn't because Carlos Prates, as people were saying, everything people said about this fight who were picking Prates happened. Prates had picked him off with a low kick, more powerful, hit him with that 1-2 in the knee up the middle as he's crashing in, and yeah, Carlos Prates just destroyed JDM. Not much else to say. I'm not being salty. I don't think Prates ever beats Makachev or Morales. Maybe Morales, but he definitely doesn't beat Makachev. No one's beating Makachev in this division apart from Topuria if he moves up. Maybe Morales and Prates could, but it's unlikely as their grappling's a bit sus, whereas Topuria is more well-rounded. But I don't think we're ever going to get Makachev Topuria. He's probably going to retire after he beats Gary and Prates or Morales. Yeah, sucks to see in the hometown JDM losing in front of his home crowd. The hype before the fight was elite. You know, everyone was amped up in the arena. I was amped up sitting on my sofa. Yeah, Prates is just better than JDM. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thank you for watching. It's a sad, sad day. Carlos Prates has just destroyed JDM. Goodbye.